Hello, I'm Mebs Ramtula, founder of What's Next, a social venture based out of Toronto, Canada. Our objective with What's Next is to create an ecosystem that helps transitioners whom we define as mid to late career individuals or self-described retirees to navigate through midlife, a time that can be quite messy, as Chip Conley often says. We hope at What's Next, we'll be building an ecosystem that will help you, the transitioners, have engaged and purposeful lives. Peter Haywood, my business partner, and I are absolutely thrilled to be collaborating with Chip and Jeff Hamui, the co-founders of Modern Elder Academy, the very first wisdom school in the world. Chip, good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thank you. Peter.
Yeah, it's interesting. Thanks, you two, for joining us. We've been doing quite a bit of research over the last year and speaking with our membership, our community, and they've been pretty clear. They know there are a lot of things they can do. They understand that their life is changing, but what they're lacking are the insights and the tools and, in some senses, the kind of inner drive to make sense of the possibilities of a longer life before they act. And so the collaboration with the MEA is really important to us because it leverages the pioneering work that you two have been doing in exactly that area. And with Mebs and I having already taken your course, it's revealed to us how valuable this can be. And we're hoping that our membership will see equal value in this and join you in your community as they create their own playbooks.
Well, we're proud to be with you. My name is Chip Conley, and I just want to quote one of my co-founders, Jeff Hamui, twice now. First of all, wisdom is not taught, it's shared. And secondly, how do we create long life learning, not just lifelong learning? So let me unpack that for a moment. We started MEA, the Modern Elder Academy, almost 4 years ago on a beachfront campus here in Baja California Sur in Mexico. Very popular. People from around the world came to join us to actually try to create a life that's as deep and meaningful as it is long, and focus on the things later in life that actually get better with time, as opposed to the things that society talks about that get worse with time. In fact, age and growth can be synonymous, even though a lot of times we think of, as you get older, you're no longer growing. So we did that, and then the pandemic came along, and our whole intent of creating a movement of modern elders around the world was at risk, and that's when we decided to create MEA Online, which Jeff's going to talk a little bit more about.
Cool, thanks, Chip. Mebs, you called everyone transitioners, and you said that oftentimes we're just trying to make sense of a longer life, right? And there is this sort of stunning opening of midlife. In the last 100 years, midlife or adult life has almost doubled in length. And with that comes a whole set of transitions, how we transition from one career, one place, one way of living, one way of thinking to the next, especially given that we're living longer. So that kind of transitional intelligence becomes really core. So we set up our online course to focus on transitions. We're in a time of transition, right? We're in a time of global transition, whether it's because of coronavirus or the environment or whatever it is that happens to be impacting our lives right now. So there's this sort of meta-transitional framework, there's our personal transitional framework. And we spend the time really looking at the anatomy of a transition and trying to understand it from the perspective of what's the difference between a transition that just happens to you and a transition where you are happening to it, right? A transition where you are understanding the stages and the phases and how you might better manage them so that your transitions are more generative, less stressful, more easeful in terms of, gosh, I've been in transition for a whole week now and I don't know what my purpose is. Those types of questions are very real for people. So how might we become more graceful in transition, especially as we age? So the course, actually we have a course starting on June 5th. So feel free to sign up for that. The course is 8 weeks long. we run through a variety of transitions and transitional skills. Peter, to your word, this sort of tools and the playbooks that you're able to build in transition, from your personal transitions, right? Anything from your kind of what's going on in your relationships and so on, your physical transitions, your psychological transitions, transitions due to the pandemic, professional transitions, just a huge part of so many of our lives, in terms of if we're going from retirement from our career to retirement, or more of a portfolio lifestyle, our purpose transitions and so on. And so we have a really great cast of characters that come on live sessions. We build this incredible community. We have a phenomenal lady, Carrie Henley, who has sort of architected and sculpted this experience to be what she calls sort of digitally intimate. So I would thoroughly recommend it. We've had fabulous reviews so far, and that's what we're up to.
And we're offering a special coupon code to.
And now, for you.
A special coupon
the What's
code.
Next community.
The What's Next
Sign up in the
community.
next 2 minutes.
Amazing. Thank you so
yes.
much. Well, as I said, Peter and I were part of the inaugural cohort, and we just had a wonderful time. And I would encourage each one of you who is considering some support in the transitioners to check it out. And if you wanted Peter and I to share our experiences with you, we'd be more than delighted. And thank you so much, Chip and Jeff, and look forward to our ongoing collaborations with each other. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Terrific.